Hello everyone, today is July 21st and it is 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Mary Beth, the Jersey Girl Crafts, and a little bit about myself. I live in New Jersey with my boyfriend and my 4 cats. I crochet, I knit, and I do whatever crafty stuff I happen to find and want to try. My boyfriend is an artist and we usually are in the same room crafting. Well, I'm crafting, he's doing his artwork, but today he's outside in the living room and I'm by myself. Little peace and quiet. He actually went to Colorist, which is in Red Bank, New Jersey, and he took an art class with a teacher that is a certified Bob Ross teacher. And so he took a Bob Ross class, and you know, anyone who's an artist probably grew up watching Bob Ross. I remember watching him on PBS, and I'm not an artist, I can't even draw a straight line, but it was so much fun watching him. I remember growing up watching him. But what else? So that's what he did today. I went with my mother and we went to breakfast because my mother lived in the town next door to where Daniel went to the art class, and I went with my mom to breakfast, and then we went to Ulta, and in Ulta I'm getting, you know, the little brow wax, and then I got some, what did I buy? Makeup remover, and they didn't have the mascara I wanted, so I have to go to a different Ulta. But when I was there, right behind the counter, they had this big box of really beautiful bags. So I'm like, oh, are they for sale? And the woman says, yeah. And let me show you. Look at this. And it says, on Island Time. Look at that. It's so big and so nice. There's no zippers or pockets or anything. It's just inside. But it was $10 and I couldn't say no to a bag. So I wound up getting not one but 2. They were from a promotion they were having that if you bought something then you got this bag. And now they were just getting rid of the bags. But so I picked up these 2 bags. So this will hold a project eventually, either knitting or crocheting. So I got 2 of those. And what else did I do? That's about it. I went out with Mom. We had a nice time. We had a nice visit at her house, and she got the makeup she needed because she had a gift card that I gave her for Christmas that she never used. So we had a really wonderful day, and today was so hot. I'm not sure what it is for anyone in the UK or wherever that uses Celsius, but let me see. It was 104 degrees today. So let me see if I can find it. 104 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So Celsius, it says it's 40. So it was extremely hot here. We tried to stay in as much as possible in the air conditioning. My mother only has window air conditioning, so it was kind of hot in her house. So I really tried to knit, but it was just too hot to knit. And then I didn't get home until late, so I haven't really knit tonight or crocheted. But let me show you some things I've finished, and then we'll go to a couple of whips that I have. I really didn't finish a lot this week. I was really busy with work, but I'll show you what I have. I crocheted this little octopus. I think she's so cute, and look at this. She's so fuzzy. I didn't have a pattern. I just made her up because I've made so many of them through the time. Let me see if I still have the band. My trash is right here. From Hobby Lobby. I'd gotten this last year when they had their big sale. It's Yarn Bee Soft Illusion Super Bulky. And this is, it doesn't really say the weight. Oh, 6. It's a 6 weight, and there was 87 yards. And I think I used a K hook. I'm almost positive I used a K. But it's so furry. So I made her for one of the women I work with, for her daughter, who I think is about 4 or 5. So I made that for her. And then I finished a sweater for me. It was by the Crochet Crowd. Mikey did it. It was a yarn inspiration. They said to use Simply Soft, but I had Premier Cotton, so I used the Premier Cotton. It's like an off-white color, and let me see what it was. I think I got rid of the, I don't remember what the pattern was. I thought I had it right here, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see the whole thing, but this is my sweater. You went from the bottom up the whole front, and then you did the whole back, and that included the sleeves. So when you went up in the pattern, you had to then do, I think, 14 stitches on one end and 18 on the other. You just kind of attached yarn, and then you just went back and forth the same pattern. And it's got, let me see if I could put this on. I thought I would make it in cotton, thinking that it would be nice and light for the summer. This is so heavy, I'm not going to be able to wear it until fall. Sorry. So here are the sleeves, and I left a little opening right here. And I don't know if I can go back far enough for you to see it, but it goes right below my stomach, and it will look perfect with a tank top under it. So that's my sweater, and I like the top. It really was supposed to go a little wider, but I didn't want it falling off my shoulders. So I kind of liked this because you could see a tank top right here. And I like the way it fits. So, sorry, got fuzz from the sweater. But it's an off-white yarn with gold sparkle in it, and it was really easy to work with. It's split now and then, but I think the drape on the sweater from this is really beautiful. But like I said, I'm not going to be able to wear this until fall. The next thing I'm going to make is another one I saw when I was looking at the Karen website and the Yarn Inspiration and the Crochet Crowd. I saw Mikey making this. It's a free pattern, and it uses Simply Soft, and it's really not bad when you look at it. It's really not size friendly. It goes from small to large. I don't know if I can adapt it to me. I'm gonna have to really look at it. If not, I just want to make it anyway. I might make it for some of the craft fairs, depending on how long, because when Mikey was showing this on how to make it, he said it took him about 4 hours. So I may make some of those for the craft shows coming up. So really, the sweater and the octopus are the only things that I finished this past like week and a half. Last week I was trying to show you, or the week before, a blanket that I was making and I couldn't find it. I didn't realize, you probably saw her, but I'm not sure. I had my mannequin back here, which is, her name is Samantha. I had the project bag hanging off of her with my blanket in it. The whole time, right behind me, I'm looking on the floor, I'm looking all over, and I couldn't find the project, and there it was. Right behind me where I couldn't see it. So I'm making a shell afghan. And this is, I'm just on my second ball, and they're beautiful colors. I really, really like the colors that are in it. And the colors are coming up pretty good on the camera. And I'm using, oops, almost dropped it, a Karen cake. And the color for this is zucchini loaf. I don't know if you can see it. Where is it? Alright, this is really not working. But it's zucchini loaf. And there's the colors. I'm on my second ball, but I really wanted my colors to match. Hold on one second. So sorry about that. I guess because of all the yarn, I started sneezing uncontrollably. Plus with the weather and going in and out of the air conditioner, my allergies are a mess. They're killing me. But I'm using the Karen cake for my blanket, and when I went to the Spin Right outlet, I want to say it was in April or May, I went to the outlet and I got 3 balls. Hold on. It was 3 cakes in a bag like this. And the 3 cakes are $5. So I figure I would make a blanket with 3 cakes. Whatever the 3 cakes ends up to be, that's as big as the blanket's going to be. So it's either going to be for a child, or it could be for a wheelchair, or just a lap blanket for someone's living room. So that'll probably go for in the craft fair, because nothing really, no, none of my rooms really match these colors. But I really love the colors in it. The gray and the green. And then this is like a mustardy green, I guess. And then like a greeny turquoise. And then this is like a, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a brownish gray, I want to call it. But the colors are really, really beautiful in that. So I'm working on that. And what else am I working on? I'm still working on the same things. I've got my Department 31. I love hooking. One of the girls at work was selling them, and I couldn't resist. And in here, I've got my, if I can't crochet, I'm not going, bag. And in there, I have my cowl that I'm doing. And I really haven't gotten far. I think I've gotten maybe 2 rows since the last filming, so there's really not much to show, but I really, really love the colors in this one. These are my colors. I love these. this is probably going to be for me. Oops, look at my hair. It's awful. I'm taking the sweater off. According to the news, it's still 98 degrees and it's 9:30 at night. The air conditioners are not, oops, I just dropped my crochet hook. The air conditioners are not keeping up. Oh, with the blanket, what hook am I using? Wait. This is my grippy. I have this because a couple years back, I had my gallbladder removed. And if anyone follows me anywhere else, would have found out that I had my appendix out about, I think it'll be 4 weeks this Tuesday. And I can't bend down to the floor still a little bit. So I use the grippy to get anything that drops. Really helpful. But the blanket I'm making out of, I'm making with crochet hook. It's an H. There it is. It's an H hook. So that's what I'm making the blanket out of. And that's really it. I'm still working on the 2 things that I'm knitting. I finished the octopus and the sweater, and I want to start the other one. And really that's pretty much it. That's all I'm working on. It's going to be a fast video because, like I said, we've had 90-degree weather and above for the past 2 weeks, but today was really extremely hot and I have not been in the mood to do any crochet or knitting. I've been watching a lot of TV. I've been watching, let me see if I can get it on my TV. My TV is like behind the camera. I'm watching on Netflix. I want to say it's called Miss Fisher. It is so good. She's from, let me see. It's called Miss Fisher. I don't know. But she's a female detective back in, I want to say 30s, 20s, 30s. And she kind of trips into becoming a woman detective. And I am on episode 10 of season 1. There's 2 seasons. Not sure how many episodes there are on season 1. Well, it says 3 series, but I only thought I saw 2. So maybe there's 3. It is so interesting. And she's just this woman who just does what she wants and nobody holds her back, and she knows very colorful people of that time, and she works, not that the male detective, the real police, want to really work with her, but they have no choice because she keeps showing up. Things keep happening in front of her or to friends, and then she winds up helping the police find the murder. It's a really, really cool show. It's so much fun. I've actually found it, I want to say I found it Friday, and on episode 10. I watched it Friday night till late, and then Saturday I went to work. I came home, and I worked from 7 to 12 on Saturday. I came home and I did a little bit of crochet and knitting, and I watched this show. Daniel started watching it with me. He thought it was okay, but it's nothing he'll sit here and say, oh, where, when's the next episode, or why did you watch it without me? But he's liking it. He's enjoying it with me, which is nice. And that's really it. I wish I had more to show, but like I said, with this heat, it's horrible. I've been actually trying to clean up all of my stuff and go through stuff and put all my cakes of yarn in bins together. What I would like to do is finally get all of my cakes together, lay them out on the bed or the floor or somewhere, and find all the ones that match and put all the matching ones in bins together. I don't know if I want to do my bins by color. I used to have it by color. Right now it's just everything is all crazy. Then I was thinking of putting all my 4s, all, you know, by weight. Maybe all the 3s together, the 2s, the fingering, whatever. And that way if I want to make a certain project, then I could go to those yarns. The only thing I do have is way over to the right. Not going to show you over there. It is a mess. This room is a mess. It's like a bomb hit it. Yeah, I would say a bomb. But right around me is not a mess. But over there, forget it. But I have 2 cubby looking thing, like 12 by 12 bins, we'll call them. They're fabric, and I put all my hand-dyed yarns that I got from Indie Dyers, and all of those are together. And really I think that's, yeah, I think that's it. I was going to show you the yarns that I've recently dyed, but I don't even know where they are right now. I had them all in a bag. Wait, let me see if I can find them. Hi, I'm back. I actually found, this is my bag that I had made, and it says the Jersey Girl Crafts on it, and that's one of my squid that I make. And then on this side, the Jersey Girl Crafts again, and that's some of my hand-dyed yarn that I put on a picture and I had it made. I was so excited to have this made. So these are some of the yarns I've done. These, and they're actually matching set, I think. No, they're not. I lied. This is a little bit darker. And it's got lavenders. And this is like a really, really dark gray almost. And then this was just a little bit lighter than that. And then this pretty much matches this. So I have all 3 of these that I dyed a few weeks ago, last weekend maybe. And then I got these 2 that I dyed in the same pot. And I love the colors in these. I think they're so pretty. Then I dyed 2 of these. Coming out a little orange. They're a little more brown. They're coming out very orange. This is more like what it should be. But then you come down here, it looks a little bit more orange than it is. I'm not sure why, but those browns. And then I dyed these 2. Boy, that looks crappy, doesn't it? I did a terrible job. This is coming out a little pinker than normal. I think it's the light behind me. I think it's kind of blowing out everything. This looks a little bit more back here, what it looks like. And then the last 2 I dyed were, and this is a Oh no, is this the fingering or the sport? I want to say this is the fingering weight. Then these. Oh, this is coming out really orange. It's not. It's more of a, this is more of a pumpkin orange, like definitely not that bright. I don't know, I think it's that light behind me, kind of making things a little more brighter than they are. But I did that 2 weeks ago, and usually by now I have like labels on them and everything else. I'm going to sell these at the craft fairs, and I think I'm going to put them in my Etsy store. I just haven't gotten to my Etsy store in a while. And the Etsy store, my Etsy store is the Jersey Girl Crafts. And on Instagram, you can find me as the Jersey Girl Crafts. On Ravelry, I'm just Jersey Girl Crafts. I don't have too much on there, projects and all. I don't. I have a lot of patterns on there. Not my patterns. I didn't make them. But I follow a lot of people and a lot of really nice patterns that I enjoy. Who do I follow on here? Let me see. A few people I follow. I think I mentioned a few last week that I like to follow. I did. Let me mention a couple of others that I like to follow. I love watching Anna Knitter. Anna, she's from Austria, I want to say, Germany. She really knits, but she started, I want to say this past winter, she started crocheting more, and she's starting to get into the crochet, and you can see her blankets and stuff when she makes them. She's really good. I watch her and she whips up socks. I wish I could do that. I really wish I could whip up socks the way she does. She just seems to get done with them so fast. So I enjoy watching her. I enjoy watching, oh, sorry, again, the yarn. Sandra Paul, Cherry Heart. I love watching hers. Her podcast, she's in the UK, I believe, and she's got a couple of patterns out on Ravelry, and I have 1 or 2 patterns of hers. She really does beautiful work. She really does. A lot of her stuff I still feel is beyond what I can do, but my thought this summer is I'm going to kind of stretch myself and try and do things that I haven't done before. I started with, making this sweater for myself, and it was an easy one. I think I was done with that sweater 4 days. I think 4 days, and not working on it constant because I had to go to work. I know it. I believe I started on a Friday after work, and I didn't get very far. And then Saturday I watched a couple of movies, and I just crocheted through that. So I was done with the front within 2 days, like a day and a half. The next day, that Sunday, we did a little bit of running around and errands and stuff, and then I came home and crocheted on it. And then that Monday after work, I crocheted on it. And Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, is when I put the whole thing together. So I'm going to push myself this year. And I think a couple of things Sandra has up there, I really want to try. Who else do I watch? I watch Lindsay Noonan. I'm really bad with names, in case you don't know. Lottie and Albert. She hasn't had a video in a little while, a podcast, but I loved following her. She has amazing work, and I follow her on Instagram, and I believe she's pregnant, and maybe that's why she's not doing podcasts as much, because she looks very pregnant in her Instagram. So I love watching her. I could listen to her all day. I really could. She just puts out such a beautiful podcast, and her surroundings are really pretty, and I just enjoy watching her. So she's definitely one of my favorites that I like to watch. Recently I found the Knitting Expat, and her name is Mina, I believe. She spins, and she makes me want to spin. She really does, but I have enough stuff around here, and I can't afford a spinning wheel at this moment in time. Maybe I will put it up for Santa. Maybe Santa will bring me one this year. So I watch her. She has patterns that there's no way I could do. Just no way. She's just really good. Even what she calls her simple pattern, to me, looks so difficult. But I always think a pattern looks difficult until I start really pulling it apart, and then I wind up picking it up and being okay with it. But I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll try one of hers. So there's some of the people I like to watch. I watch so many podcasts at this point, and I love doing it. I love watching them and just seeing what they're working on. A couple of the podcasts I actually found when I was out with my appendix for the 2 weeks, and I was home, and I just kept finding different podcasters. And you know how when you watch YouTube, all of a sudden on the side it says people you might want to watch, or people we recommend, or whatever. And then I find when I'm watching that people that I watch recommend different podcasters. So I go on there and I see if, I want to watch them. So I do watch a lot of podcasts. I am behind on a couple of them, but I've been getting into a lot of Netflix movies, and I recently tried PureFlix, which is all on the computer. But if you have a smart TV or Roku, I think it's Roku, that you can get PureFlix on there. They have movies like the Hallmark Channel, Lifetime, so it's, nice feel-good movies. So I like to watch them. So that's about all tonight. I really don't have much, but it's now 9:45, and 5 o'clock comes really fast. I have to get up for work and start my next week. It comes so fast. I don't know where the weekend goes. But then I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and after I get up at 5, I have to be at work by 7. And I work about a half an hour away. It's not a bad trip. Coming home, I take the back roads because I don't like the parkway. There's too much traffic, and people drive like idiots. So I take all the back roads home. One day I'll maybe bring the cell phone. Well, the cell phone's always with me, and I record on that. But maybe I'll do a little podcast of my ride home. I do pass a farm, which is really pretty. They have goats and they have horses. And they had these bulls or cows or something. I don't know. But they were really cool. I know it's not a cow. I don't know what it was. It had horns. That's why I thought it was a bull. I don't know. But then I heard some cows have horns. I don't know. I don't know a lot, obviously. But maybe one day I'll video on the way home. And I'm supposed to work till 3:30, but since I became supervisor a year ago, July, I think it was around July 12th or something, I became a supervisor, and now I work from 7 till about 5, between 5 and 7 at night. I have to force myself to leave by 4 o'clock, 4:30, but I usually wind up getting into something and then staying, which sometimes I don't mind. And then I work at least 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, because if someone wants to make up time the end of the month, so I do work Saturdays now and then. So that's about it. It's now 35 minutes into this podcast where pretty much I just babbled on. I hope you had a wonderful weekend wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed my podcast, although I didn't show a lot of crochet or knitting this week. But by hopefully next week I'll have more. And sorry, I have to get out of... My Netflix was going to start again. It's now 88 degrees according to the news. That's good. At least it went down so I can go to bed and it won't be as hot. Tomorrow it looks like it's going to be rain. Yep. Rain tomorrow and 91 degrees. So it's going to be hot, muggy, and wet. Gross. So tomorrow I'm just going to want to be in and not go anywhere. Oh, and it says humid. So hot, wet, muggy, humid. Fun. Fun time by all tomorrow. Anyhow, again, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been now 36 minutes, and I'm sure you're getting tired of me babbling. So I will see you, I hope, next weekend with more stuff to show. If I don't have anything to show because this week was busy, then I'll be back in 2 weeks. So every 1 to 2 weeks, I'll probably have a podcast and just kind of show you what's going on in my life and what I've done. When it comes to yarn, I haven't had anything new come in the house. Or have I? No, I haven't. But, yeah, I've been good. I haven't bought any yarn. Wow. Kind of happy and sad about that. Anyhow, okay, stop babbling. All right, have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.